So I wanted to make this video about how to be grateful because I feel like some people might struggle with that. I know I did, especially when you're looking at your situation thinking like you don't want to be there anymore, but you can't see a way out of it. And you hear people say, oh, well, be grateful and it'll turn things around, or find a way to be grateful for it. And it just feels annoying to even hear that when you're in that place. So for me, I'm going to just talk about a few points, a few ways of looking at gratitude differently, because anything that we can feel or any type of concept is a part of us. So I just mean like you are gratitude. Gratitude is just it's a number of things, but the way we know gratitude, it might just be a feeling that we experience when we get something that we want, or when we have a interaction with someone and they're like, oh, thank you. Like, we think of it like that, either just words or the actual feeling of excitement and happiness, relief when you get something that you want. But other people will also see it as something that like is a requirement for getting what you want. Like, especially when it comes to manifesting, people will think, okay, I'm going to use gratitude as a technique instead of seeing it as a state of being. So those are just a couple of things that I'm going to bring up in a few minutes in the next parts of the video. But I just want to point out like this little sign that I put: gratitude turns what we have into enough. It does have the power to transform your thoughts of lack and your perspective or perception of lack, like not having enough. It'll dissolve it and make you see that you have more than enough, even in what little you might have, because a lot of times we feel like we need a certain thing in order to give us the relief or to give us the outcome, when there's a number of ways that things can satisfy the very same thing that we need. And I just mean that to say, like, say if you want to pay some bills, you might think you have to work to pay it off, but somebody could just decide to pay your bill. The company could have an error where the bill was paid somehow and you don't even know how that happened. Like, there's a number of ways that that bill can get paid, and you can just allow whatever the path of least resistance to happen by just focusing on the gratitude for having that bill paid already, instead of struggling to wonder how. But I'm going to talk about a couple of points, things that I thought about in changing my perception of gratitude, and hopefully it'll help you understand how you can just feel in that state of gratitude and not feel like it's something that you have to practice or force yourself to stay in. It's really just about putting your attention and focus on gratitude itself, or just even things that have made you feel grateful, just so you're in that energy of it. And it doesn't even have to be on the subject, and you can still experience anything that would make you feel gratitude just by being in that state of mind. So first, I wanted to say the reason you might feel like you don't know how to be grateful is because you have to look at your definition of what gratitude is to you. Most people feel like gratitude is something you're supposed to feel, or you might have to experience it when someone gives you something that you want. So then when you find yourself trying to practice gratitude for things that you don't yet have, it feels like you're lying to yourself, or you're doing something wrong because you feel doubt or fear, or you're just not accepting of it. So I think the biggest thing is trying to understand, what do you associate gratitude with? Do you feel like you only have to wait until you have something in order to experience it? Or do you allow yourself to let it be unconditional, which it actually is, in order to just be in that mindset of gratitude regardless of what's happening? Like, you could just choose to be grateful because it just feels good to you. You don't need a reason. You don't need a condition or a person to behave a certain way. You don't need to actually have any belief or anything. All you could do is just decide to focus on it, and you feel gratitude immediately, and you make yourself feel at ease just within your imagination, or just within the comfort of your own mind. So there are no requirements to feeling gratitude or to being grateful. Like, you don't need anything outside of yourself. The truth is, you are gratitude itself. You are an expression of gratitude. It's your whole existence is gratitude. Like, that's just aligning with that energy of knowing who you are, the acceptance of who you are, realizing that everything outside of you is actually within you. So you could be grateful for literally anything that's happening in your life. And by resonating at that energy level, you allow yourself to experience something to be grateful for out of that situation. So it's not a prerequisite to getting things that you want. You don't have to force yourself to feel it. You don't have to force yourself to sustain it. It's not something that you have to try to do. All you do is gently put your attention on it. Like I enjoy feeling grateful. I am gratitude. Gratitude is me. Gratitude surrounds me. I'm an expression of gratitude. Or just noticing a time where you felt grateful for something automatically takes you into the expression of gratitude, in that state of being. So you don't need to do anything. You just put your focus on it and you're instantly there. So it's more than just a feeling that you need to chase or try to sustain. Like I mentioned this already. It's just a decision. Like I'm choosing to be grateful. I'm choosing to feel grateful now. Like you don't even have to do anything beyond that. It's just bringing your focus on it so that it feels natural and it's just something consistent for you. So in the next couple minutes, I'm just going to talk about different ways that you can just bring your attention, your focus on gratitude, whether it's for stuff that you already have or it's for stuff that you want, or if you just want to be a grateful person and let that be your identity, because that feels better than being miserable or constantly complaining about things. And then you'll notice you won't have things to complain about if you're not constantly complaining. If you're in a constant state of gratitude, or not even constant, but if you're more in a state of gratitude than you are complaining, you'll have more things to be grateful for in your life. It's really just your perspective. It's just you seeing life through grateful eyes, through grateful mindset instead of a negative mindset. So, you want to know how to be grateful? You just focus on gratitude. That's all it really takes. It's just no longer putting your attention and your awareness on the lack of things, the absence of what you want. Instead, focus on having what you want, looking for more evidence of what you desire instead of what you don't. So it's really not difficult. It's just maybe creating exercises or words of affirmation, just thinking thoughts of gratitude for anything, for everything that you can put your eyes on, even for the fact that you have a vision to see. If you don't, the fact that you have other things of well-being to focus on in your body. You could just do rampages of gratitude for everything that you come in contact with. And I guarantee if you do that for I wouldn't even say a week, but if you just do that for a week consistently, from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep, being grateful for the day that you've had, being grateful for the day that you've had in advance before it's even happened, being grateful for your life. There's so many things that you could put your attention on and think about how those things came about. Think about the roads you drive on, the beds you sleep on, the house that you live in, the apartment you live in. Your body just operating on its own and taking care of you without you having to do anything. Your health, not just when you get sick, but how your health sustains itself naturally 24/7, literally until the day you pass away. There's so many things that we have automatically accepted and just created for ourselves as this life experience, to where it's just on autopilot. Well, gratitude can be on autopilot too. It's just you bringing your awareness to it consistently enough until you naturally go there without having to, tell yourself to focus or to affirm or whatever. It's just with repetition, it'll become your go-to, your habit, your natural mindset, just the natural way that you perceive things. Even things that don't seem like they're working out for you, you can just be grateful for a fast solution. Just be grateful things are always working out for you, even when you don't expect it, even when you can't see how. there's always a way, and you'll just see that it becomes natural. So what I would like to recommend is that you can do I am statements. You could say, I am so grateful, I'm so grateful, and then fill in the blank. Like, I'm so grateful for money, I'm so grateful I always have what I want, I'm so grateful that everything works out for me, I'm so grateful that my life is so perfect, I'm so grateful my life is amazing, I'm so grateful I'm amazing, I'm so grateful I'm so confident, I'm so grateful I have everything that I want and need, I'm so grateful everything has turned around in my favor, I'm so grateful I finally love my life, I'm so grateful for all my wonderful relationships. Like, you just do I am statements about whatever it is that you're wanting to experience, and you see how, like, I'm not even hesitating, I sound confident, I'm just, going straight, and it just feels natural and normal and easy and effortless for me to say that, and you don't leave room for any negative thoughts, like, or any disempowering thoughts. You don't allow yourself to have the break to switch your focus, because as you can see, you can't think two different thoughts at the same time. So if you're going through grateful statements and then you flip back to being negative, you're the one who's deciding to withdraw your attention. And that's like how if you have a magnet, you're pushing and pulling in two different directions, and you can't expect something to express itself or to manifest in your life if you're constantly contradicting yourself. You have to be persistent and focused on one thing, which is just being grateful for all the things that you want, all the things that you have, whatever it is that you're wanting to be grateful for. If you want to use that as a way to allow more things that you want in your life, so start to claim that you are grateful for whatever it is as if it already happened, or that you have it now. Whether that's confidence, whether that's love, whether that's peace of mind, whether it's money, whether it's a house, it's a car, it's friends, anything that you want to accomplish, you can use I am statements, because anything that you put after I am is what you're activating, is what you're bringing life energy into. So it's just about using your focus as currency for getting the things that you want, instead of currency for being self-destructive and describing a life that you don't want. You're going to flip it around and reinforce it to make things work in your favor. So what I just wanted to say is that you can also do thank you statements. So thank you for my bills being paid in full. Thank you for me being debt free. Thank you for all the things that I want in my life coming true for me. Thank you for all the blessings in my life. Thank you for all the success that I have. Thank you that everything that I want has come true. Like, you can do it however you want. Say it in the language that works best for you. But gratitude is just as simple as saying thank you, thank you, thank you. You don't have to feel an emotion, but honestly, every time that I focus on gratitude long enough, I start to get emotional. I start to feel the excitement or the genuine gratitude for whatever it is I'm talking about. Sometimes it just comes as a warm feeling of acceptance and appreciation, and to be in that state more consistently feels really good. So you could even just do it, just say, like, thank you for these feelings of gratitude. I'm so grateful that I feel appreciation for everything in my life. I'm so grateful for feeling happiness more than I could ever imagine. Like, you could even do it for emotions. It doesn't just have to be material things. You could just say, thank you that I finally have peace of mind. Thank you that I feel love and acceptance for myself and everything in my life. Thank you for me loving and accepting myself. Like, you could use it to change your mental and emotional state, as well as anything else in your life. There are no limits. Anything that you could think of, you can use gratitude just to help you focus. But you don't even need the gratitude in itself. Everything we do is basically a permission slip for us to believe in ourselves and get us to that state of mind that we want to be in, that identity or whatever it is that we're trying to experience. So just know, like, however you want to use it is the right way. You don't have to look at other people and what they're doing and feel like if nothing's working for you that it's wrong. No, you're the power behind everything. So it's just about deciding what you want to apply gratitude to, and Just accept that it's already working for you. If you weren't gonna be successful, you wouldn't have found this idea of gratitude to help you get the things that you want. And the other thing I wanted to mention is that if you feel like you might have resistance, that doesn't matter. It's really just continuing to bring your attention on whatever statements that you're choosing, whatever affirmations. So you could also try why questions. So basically, why am I so grateful? Why do I feel so grateful? Why am I so filled with gratitude? Why am I so grateful? Because when you ask yourself why, your mind has to look for things to answer that. So your subconscious is going to be searching for things that make you feel gratitude, and that will lead to things manifesting that cause you to feel gratitude, which would probably be all the things that you're wanting to experience in your life. But you're not doing these to make anything happen. You're just doing it because it's natural to who you are. Now you're identifying as a person who's always been grateful for everything in your life. So that means life is going to turn into something that you're grateful for. That means everything that you've ever wanted will happen. All the things that you needed solutions to will start flooding in. But again, none of this is a mandatory prerequisite. Just do it because it feels good and it enhances your mindset and your quality of life, just for you to focus on feeling good. Because that's the difference between someone who's just naturally grateful for everything. They're not doing it to make something happen. They're doing it because that's the person that they're identifying as. That's the relationship to life in every situation and circumstance they have. It's just changing your relationship to the way you see things, the way you perceive things. So again, it's not conditional. It's not a requirement for anything. It's really just putting you in that state of acceptance that you have the power to have anything that you want. It's about who you're being, not the rest of the stuff. And then obviously, if you're being a person who's grateful, you have to experience things that continue to support the way that you feel. So I just want to say thank you guys for watching, and I know everything that you want is going to come true. So thank you for all your things coming true.